So much cloud, but not a drop of rain is forecast. And I don't know the meteorological explanation of all this cloud and no rain. But it's interesting that even though the sun is blocked, there's extraordinary play of light here. So calm. The Wi-Fi jumped back in there. I had to turn it off again. The last couple of days have been challenging technically. When the Facebook just stalled and restarted upside down or sideways. And then yesterday we had major Wi-Fi challenges all morning. And I wasn't able to post the Instagram. I thought I had it posted, but it turned out that it wasn't posted. And I never verified that. And so our Instagram followers didn't have their Instagram yesterday. And then we had great difficulties uploading all the Facebook and YouTube because of the Wi-Fi failure regionally. I don't know what the explanation was for that. Good morning. Look at these trees. I wonder how long this tree will last with all this infestation growing up here. And others are even more assaulted. Everything needs care. Today we have tough readings, challenging readings. But the scriptures don't shy away from the human reality. It's not swept under the carpet. The problems are out in the open. They're named. And actually that's a great help for us, because when we don't name the problems and face them, we can't deal with them and resolve them. Sometimes the problems are way beyond us and we need help from outside. And sometimes really superior help. Just got a note from somebody who was dealing with cancer. In fact, you all were praying for him. He was the one who helped us with the paddleboarding. And thanks be to God, he has got very, very positive results from the experimental cancer treatment. And we thank God for that. That's such a blessing. So as we ask for prayers for him, we also now invite people to turn to God to thank him for that request for being answered. So today we have that major event in the scriptures that has engraved itself so profoundly in the memory of humanity. Abraham finally has a son. Yesterday we had the story of his weaning, and now we jump forward to his further childhood, because a person is always a child for the parents. And in a culture where human sacrifice was practiced, and this is all around the planet, people. It wasn't just here. Horrible stories from Mexico and from other cultures. Child sacrifice. And some people are very struck by the cruelty of it in the Abraham story. Take your son, your only son Isaac, and go through all the steps. Prepare an altar, and the tools, the fire, the knife. And the donkey and the wood and walk. And I'll even show you the place where you have to do it. And one of the big mistakes we'd have today would be to think that doesn't happen today. Human lives are sacrificed with great levity. That's a major cloud in humanity. A major syndrome in society that chokes those trees, like all that vegetation growing up in the trees we saw a few moments ago. And life is extinguished so easily. How do we get out here? Just be careful there, people. Hold on. We have such an ability to dispose of human life, the human race. And that's probably one of the biggest markers of monotheism. In principle, and also historically, in fact. The rise of monotheism is the end of human sacrifice. And therefore, the presence of human sacrifice raises a huge question about our commitment to the one true God. And when that wanes, and we have so many other lords that we allow to be lords in our lives, because we have freedom and we constitute lords and we give them reverence and worship. The lords of pressure, societal pressure, the lords of comfort, pleasure, the lords of not being moved out of our comfort zone. And to have true freedom to recognize the good and to do the good, no matter what. There comes the sun. There are tremendous echoes of this mystery of revelation, of God asking Abraham to do this. It was typical of the culture of the time. And in that language, the way it's expressed, the perception of the human being of what God wanted. And God saying, no, I do not want it. And so it became abominable for God's chosen people to take human life for worship. And the ultimate revelation and triumph of this path came when God himself became man and allowed himself to be eliminated for our salvation. And Paul captures that with the comment, and he did not spare his only son, but gave him up for our salvation. And he allowed the selfishness of the human heart to go so far with his beloved son for the victory of love and truth. Tremendous mystery and drama. And Abraham's commitment to that one true God is a major milestone, major foundational stone. We call Abraham our father in the faith. He showed his definitive commitment in a very powerful way. Sometimes there are trials in our lives. And we're being trained and formed and strengthened to endure trials. That's what wise parents do with their kids. They don't give them every little whimper answered. The child will know that the parent loves them, but sometimes the parent, like a good coach, is training them to endure more, to mature in life, to bring balance into their faculties, to develop the capacity of mature decision making, of not running after every pleasure, exercising every power, the ability to surrender oneself in service to others. These are the purple herons. I will walk in the presence of the Lord in the land of the living. That's our psalm today. And then Jesus back in his hometown, the gospel. And that's just right across here, center of the screen. Capernaum. And he's another big revelation of his faculties. Wow, we have a whole lot of these birds here today. I see 4 of them, 5, 6 of them. Normally don't see that many of these. Your sins are forgiven. A human voice saying this with authority. And all that growth that has creeped into our lives of selfishness, that mountain of guilt, of responsibility for poor decisions, forgiven. A new page is turned over, and I can start a new big crisis to see that this can be spoken by human words. Take up your mat and walk. Your sins are forgiven. That's the news we want to hear. Life is possible. Forever. No. Wow, there were two of them here. Life is possible forever. Sin is overcome. God bless you. See you later, alligators.